Welcome to another episode of Harshing's Podcast. Today we have a special guest.
Hello. How you guys doing? This is JD
Hello.
Arandia from the Voice Party
All right, the voice
podcast.
Thank you for coming in, bro.
Thank you, man, for having me. This has been a great time.
So we were recording a little earlier. We were like 45 minutes in deep, and then
I didn't like any of that,
So we
I was
deleted the
like,
whole
"Can you
thing?"
delete the whole thing, bro?"
yeah, it had nothing to do with Graciela
Yeah.
kicking the power cord in.
No, that was my own. Like, I'm a diva now.
Yeah,
You know,
it's all the
I
fame,
require
bro.
things like. First of all, you brought me Kirkland. I demanded Crystal Geyser, and you messed that up. So I had to no, we got to do this over, bro.
Yeah, sorry, man. But yeah, it had nothing to do with
The green room wasn't set up. It's like,
green room.
where am I gonna wait? There's no trailer.
No,
Are you serious, dude?
Sorry, man. I messed up. Dropped the ball on that one. Sorry.
It's okay.
Not even snacks, man.
Yeah, no snacks. I'm over here starving. My blood sugar's low. What's going on? Where's the chef? You guys didn't hire a chef? You didn't tell him I was coming?
I told John Favreau, well, he couldn't come through. But no, thank you for coming, bro.
Yeah, it's all good. Quit thanking me for stuff, okay?
Oh, yeah, I forgot. Well,
Jesus.
we're starting again, so I can restart
my bad.
again.
Oh, yeah, my
Start
bad.
thinking.
I think I was at 4. Thank
No
you.
more after this, okay?
No, it was 4, so I got 2. So I got 2 more, right?
Okay, yeah, all right, okay.
Well, anyways, brief story since you're here. I don't think you've ever heard this, but we started our podcast because of the Boys Party.
You really?
Yeah.
I heard it on your first episode.
Oh, okay, cool.
So I did.
Okay.
Yeah. Or third episode.
Third. Yeah,
Yeah,
fourth.
something like that.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
No,
I'm
thanks.
sorry also
No, it's okay.
for, it's
For
in
getting you hooked.
Yeah.
getting you hooked into hearing your own voice on headphones.
I like it.
It's weird.
I like it though.
I never thought I never thought about my voice sound as much, you know? It's just different even on stand up. It sounds different.
Yeah.
I don't like the sound of my voice.
I think
that's
I just
how
contradicted
you
myself,
feel.
but well, yeah, you're just self-conscious about it.
Yeah.
I hear the Voice Party so much that I like your voice. I don't know why.
That's 2. More compliments after that, all right?
But I didn't say thank you though.
Oh, okay, yeah, you're
So
right.
that doesn't count.
Okay, that's compliments too, though.
Okay.
Yeah, you know what? I've heard that before.
Yeah.
From people.
Yeah.
It's like, I hate to say, it sounds like I'm bragging. But someone said, you have such a nice voice. Some girl told me. And it's
Yeah.
like, cool. I had no part in that at all. This is what I got.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm working with.
Yeah, I had nothing to do with this. I was born this way. No, yeah, but it's like you kind of learn how to talk. That sounds stupid, but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You learn how to talk as you do this more. I still stutter a lot. Like I do that on my show so much, or I get stuck saying the same word over and over. Like I say it over 20 times sometimes. Yeah. So you were saying and that's something I'm still working on, man, because it happens a lot. And then tripping over the chords with my hands because I move my hands when I talk a lot.
Yeah.
And that's like an anxiety thing. I'm over here doing that when I'm telling you a story. And I'm laughing and my face hits the mic. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm a mess, dude.
But you get better though. I remember when I first started listening to the Voice Party, you were episode 11 already, and you can just hear the difference, bro. Honestly, I don't hear the likes as much.
I still do.
I mean, not as much though.
Yeah. For
because
sure.
you get better.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm the same way. Like right now.
You're getting better at it.
Yeah.
At not repeating some words hella. And fucking doing it and I'm in a spelling bee yeah. Also your response, my responses when I first started or I had delayed questions where you're just okay.
I know.
After they answer the question, so
Let me think about what else to ask.
I forgot what I was going to ask you. You having a good time? Yeah.
How's the weather?
Yeah.
Is that a size 8? But
How long are we going? Okay. I would, yeah.
3 minutes.
No. I'm saying I would have, yeah.
No, I know. One of the things that I've caught myself recently doing is after a guest says something that's what's up. And like, how do I follow up from that? I'm like, and it's like just randomly. That's what's up.
Who said like guess?
Yeah, guess.
Oh, yeah.
And my reply to it, like,
I hate that.
And like, oh, that's what's up. But it just
He's the one that says that's what's up.
no me.
No,
yeah.
I mean, but like sometimes when you ask a question and then they say no. Like I think this is the one time
Okay.
you're not supposed to. You're supposed to open-ended questions and then open-ended. Long answers.
Yeah.
I mean, it's sometimes hard to get people to get going when you're like trying to get them to talk.
Yeah.
Because the radio whatever rule that I read in this one thing is you got to ask questions that get them talking, and then from those answers they give you, then you're gonna be able to like pick something from there, like I ask you about whatever. What did you do in the weekend? You mentioned music, and I noticed you like cumbia. Oh, then let's talk about that, and then that can create the whole episode.
Yeah,
yeah.
No, you're right. And I think it plays a part where people that are not that comfortable with talking, you ask them a question and they like try to like I don't know mentally like let me get to the answer, and then it makes it hard for you to follow up on that because it's just they're not good on the mic.
And then there's some like we had this comic friend of mine. We asked him 2 questions throughout the whole hour episode, or 3 questions. The rest was just him like going
Just a
off.
conversation.
Yeah, with himself. He just went off and like during the pandemic he did psychedelic puppet shows where we get high on acid and then do puppet shows in front of. He said I recorded myself laughing for 15 minutes. We're like, we just asked you. We were like, yeah, we just asked you like, what did you do in the pandemic? And he went off and like, you have those weird like, everyone's different. You know,
you're right.
Those really shy. We had one guest who like came drunk
shit.
because he was nervous about doing the podcast.
Did it work?
It did, but it was still like weird at first. He was like,
Damn.
it was, it was funny. It was good, but it was weird. Like, look, he was looking at me
Why
like
are you
this.
swaying?
Yeah. What? Like he was answering all my homies. Like, yeah, it was awesome. Yeah.
But even when we were at the voice party, I think with us we weren't like.
Can we start over, bro? I didn't like the way I.
No, okay. Like, well, even when we were when we kind of rehearsed it to a certain extent, like
you fucking rehearsed it.
Well,
this
like
wasn't natural.
No, it was. But we
God.
try to like because we wanted to go in there.
this one?
Can we cut this out? What you said that you guys rehearsed.
We try to practice for possible questions, like because we wanted to be.
When we went to your,
that's what I mean.
It was my thing though. It was like I was super nervous. Even there, I was super nervous. Every time
Really?
I sit down, I get super nervous.
Here too.
So, yeah.
I still get nervous too. Like even this.
Yeah.
Like even my own like 100 episode in front of people.
Yeah.
That wasn't as bad actually.
Yeah.
As being in the little studio.
Yeah.
When we did the live recording
one?
in
Yeah.
front of a crowd.
Yeah.
That was like easier than like sitting down in the regular studio.
You know what it reminds me?
Weird.
I saw any little clip video because we weren't able to make it.
Yeah.
The Joker.
Don't remind me. I know, right?
Like the whole Murph.
You get what you fucking deserve.
Yeah, like the whole kind of like that looks dope, bro.
It was
like,
fun.
The whole
man.
thing looked dope.
Because I like talk shows.
Yeah.
I grew up like watching old Johnny Carson. And like
good.
there's this other one called the Dick Cavett Show. I don't know if you ever heard of that.
I've heard about it. I've
It's
never
like
seen it.
60s, 70s.
Yeah.
And he interviewed like the Beatles guys and like old Alfred Hitchcock. And it's dope watching those because those are people born in the 1800s on a talk show.
Yeah.
That's crazy, you know? And
Yeah.
I watch like those old interviews, and that's kind of what podcasts are now because the talk shows are kind of whack.
Yeah, it's
They
not.
kind of like just, what are you doing this week? And like what's popular. And then those old
Focused
shows,
on like gossip and stuff.
it's like gossip and like whatever's trendy, you know, like it's cool, but it's like, it's kind of boring.
Yeah.
And then those old talk shows where they dig into like about deep shit about themselves and how they created, you know, that's like the main reason why I started that whole show.
Yeah.
Because I like that.
Because even like with talk shows nowadays, like Conan, I think that's probably like one of the better ones. But
Yeah.
they use clips like little skits, so it's not just a talk show host. It's different, you know.
It's a whole different thing.
If it was just talk show, it wouldn't be as interesting as it is with all the clips that they do.
And I think it only works with him because he can be funny by himself.
Yeah.
Like Jimmy Kimmel's It's kind of whack.
Yeah.
I don't like Jimmy Kimmel.
No, and there's another one.
Jimmy Fallon too.
Jimmy Fallon. There you
He's
go.
kind of boring.
Yeah. I think out of all three of them, probably he's the boring.
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah. I think Jimmy Kimmel, the same thing. The thing he has is the skits. I think that works for him. But, it's just different. Fucking fly, bro. It's like,
I saw that, bro. It's
just that one, too.
I'm going to catch it. I have fast hands.
Chopstick it, bro.
Sorry.
Here's the mic. Here's the mic, though.
Sorry.
But yeah, so like we try to because we wanted to go in there and try to answer as much questions that we could. Of course, we were all genuine about it. But
I'm fucking.
Yeah. But we try to prepare for it, But once we got into the mic, I felt like
because I didn't want to freeze or whatever.
Yeah, but people do that. I freeze. I froze the other day. I was gonna ask something and then I got distracted with a phone call and they're like, and then everybody's looking at me because no one's got questions and no one's got anything. And that's one thing I always tell the guests. I didn't tell you guys, but if you have a question or you want to change the subject, by all means, because this isn't. For me, I feel it's not like a formal interview. It's a conversation. It's, Yeah. So, I have questions for you guys. No, I'm just kidding.
But yeah,
he likes questions.
I love questions. I mean, if you got them, I'll do it. But
Just forgot.
Damn, bro.
See what I mean? No.
No, but we were nervous to a certain extent because we're comfortable talking to you or talking with each other, but when there's a mic, I feel like it's intimidating. And
like we said earlier, this is gonna stay as long as YouTube's up or whatever.
Yeah.
Anchor. You're an Anchor too, right? Yeah. As long as that's up, this is gonna be up there.
Yeah.
And whatever you say could incriminate you, or it could be a dope throwback in the future, but it's gonna stay there. I'm glad earlier, all the stuff we said, it's all gone now. So we can start fresh. We can start fresh.
Yeah, you're right. But so that's our story. I think when we left, you already know.
Yeah.
It was therapeutical for us. We felt it's kind of in a sense, a weight has been lifted from us. Although we do talk, constantly a lot. It felt good sharing it with other people. And then, of course, knowing that the same platform with you guys, we're gonna go to other people. It felt good to talk about it. I think there's a sense of relief, knowing that we kind of let it out of our chest.
Like what?
Just how our relationship started, little things that I've because when you invited us, we were in a relation. Our relationship was probably one of our, we were in our peak. We are at a peak right now. We were fighting less. We had a better communication, better connection with each other because we struggled along the road, here and there. But at that point when you invited us, I think we are doing real good.
So I picked the right time.
Even a little bit before then, that's where we were already building because we've always had our struggles. We've had our arguments, and I think, you did. You picked probably the best
time.
Yeah.
And I had been meaning to ask you before that, but you know how it is now that you would, you said, 20 episodes.
Yeah.
You gotta have backed up people that want to be on it, and then
yeah. So when you asked us, I'm down. Let me ask Garcia because she's more, shy. She's a little shyer than me. So I
look at you now hosting a podcast.
Like I said, I'm just here for the ride.
Just forget it for the.
There's no car. This isn't a ride. No, I was kidding.
Yeah, you're right. But you lost me, bro. What was I going to say?
No, he froze.
I froze.
See, look at you.
Yeah.
Look at you.
Yeah, you're right. Damn, what was I going to say?
Podcast guy.
Yeah. You call yourself a host?
No,
but it was a good time to get you guys on.
Yeah.
And that's a topic we wanted to talk about because we we just want to, we're like a comedy podcast kind of, but we just want to put out there good examples of different things.
Yeah. And that's where I was kind of heading before I froze is we've always had a good communication. We always had a good relationship.
Yeah.
It was never a bad one. But along the road,
except for that one time, I'm just kidding.
But along the road, we had those arguments where okay, we're fighting too much or we have to change things up. So we've always been working on each other, working on ourselves, so we can better be,
I think
a
there's
better
even
couple.
been conversations where it's we have to figure this out, or I don't know how much longer we can be in this relationship.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because
it's hard for me to like hear that because it sounds weird coming from you guys.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. That's why I also had you guys on, because like the majority of us are single podcasts. One of the guys is engaged now. Other guy is a single father. Another one's single, and then my mess, you know, and like. A lot of those questions, if you remember, it all came from examples from each one of us.
Yeah.
We all had an example to it.
Yeah.
Gaspar was saying some stuff about jealousy that he went through with his relationship, and now raising a kid with like a parent that has completely different values, and so a lot of the questions were like kind of in a way also just us like, huh? And how did you resolve that? You know, because like I mean, one of my other guests said, you don't go to a virgin for advice on relationships. You go with people that are doing it right, or you don't go to like a fucking womanizers for advice. Yeah. It's just, who do you go to? And that's why I wanted to put out like good advice for that. Yeah.
And the whole thing with that, like, I'm
not saying virgins don't have good opinions.
They could, right?
It could, yeah.
You never know until you try it.
Yeah, exactly.
But so one of the things that even though I prepared for it, for some questions, I thought about thinking like, where was my turning point? Because like we've always been good, but there's been things along the road where there's a hiccup or obstacle, hurdle. And where did my behavior start changing? And then that's where I really started thinking about the book. I did share the book. I think that was one of the...
What was it called?
The 5 Love Languages. That was what changed me. And I remember this one time we went out.
I didn't know that it like was so impactful for you.
Yeah. And I didn't know either until I had to think about like...
That's crazy.
Yeah. Like I didn't think about it till like, okay, where did my behavior change? And it was that whole scenario. And I don't know what you're doing.
What's going on?
Sorry, he's all distracted. Okay. He's like,
what is it? Because I'm like that too. I'm like
I'm listening. I'm just.
There's an episode of that 70s show where the girl brings like her new boyfriend to meet the family, and I guess he has that, and he like chipped away hella paint. He's like, "Here's your paint chips." That's what that's reminded me of.
So that's why he's like, "Oh, this paint chips.
What are we doing?
Can I play?" What's going on?
Yeah, I just see as he's like this, and then he looks and he stops and like,
what's
going on? Are you listening to me?
Because I can hear.
So this book.
We're talking about books.
Exactly.
Yeah,
okay. Y'all stop doing this. So we went out once, bro, and this is where kind of like me and you.
Oh, we did?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was around the same time that where I found this book very like useful.
Oh, when like that one, we went to the bar.
Yeah. So it was so impactful for me that like I kind of wanted like to share with somebody, and it was it was with you. Like I started telling.
I was so drunk, I don't remember.
We got. We
didn't get that drunk.
No, but we got high.
Oh, we did?
Yeah. Oh, that one and only time that I did with you.
For the record, I don't know what he's talking about. My employer's listening to this. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, I remember that now. Yeah.
And it felt like
I think I remember I took a picture of that day and I posted it, and he looked miserable at the bar.
Yeah.
And I was like sucking my friend into this like dark abyss of single life because it was like a Thursday night and he's just like this. He looked miserable. Like he's thinking about his family, but he's there for me.
Yeah. But that book it happened around the time that's where like I started like unconsciously I was like I need to share it with somebody, and I was talking
about it.
Yeah, well, not the book, but things that I've learned. And I remember I was probably a little tipsy too.
Yeah,
I was saying some things like about relationship or something like that. But that's where like I really had to think about like, okay, this is what changed me. And that's when I started noticing that our connection was a lot stronger. It's always been strong, and I'm gonna keep repeating it. But ever since then, like our relationship was, building up to something better. And then it just came when you invited us. It's like okay, like we already have something strong, and then we let it out, and now we're talking it on our own podcast. It just makes it stronger. It's kind of weird, but I just feel like we get stronger by every little thing we talk about.
What's something that you guys have resolved since you started the podcast? I'm sorry to ask you guys questions, but
no, it's good.
I think when it comes to fighting, I even complimented him like on a previous.
Such a good fighter, babe.
Yeah, you're so
I
good
like
at that. No, like I was arguing about something. I was arguing with him about something that I was, we weren't agreeing with, or I think he did agree, but I took it to another level and I was arguing. And then the way his response was to me was very different than like before. Like, and unfortunately I got deleted, but we had a really good conversation about how, he, would always try to make it his point. And with this situation, it's like he literally, like, he understood me, like what I was saying. He repeated it back to me, like, okay, I get it. Like, I know, it's just, I
like
guess
he understood what the problem was and why it got to a fight.
Yeah, because
instead of just saying like, but you did this too. Like,
because that's kind of what I mentioned before, where a lot of the things that are arguments where I know I kind of fucked up was where like I was listening, like, okay, you need me to listen, so I'm gonna listen to you.
Are you sitting there with your fucking arms crossed?
Okay, let
me why.
I'm gonna let you finish, but as soon as you finish, I'm gonna tell you why I don't agree with it. Yeah, exactly. So I think that's a lot of things where with that type of behavior, it led her to think like, okay, you're not really listening, or you don't really understand me, because you're like I had a comeback right after that. So little things like that, I've kind of like, okay, so I can't let my ego, or my my pride like get the best out of me. Like, let me talk to you. And I've learned that with that different change of behavior, like, she's a lot calmer, so the issues don't escalate. And if it's starting to escalate, I can de-escalate by just being like, okay, let's chill, But the book did that, because I saw like one of the things that I
won't give the book all the credit. I think
you have to learn how to use it.
You have to be willing.
Yeah, you have to learn how to use it. And if you're just like, well, I'm gonna just do what the book says, but you don't really understand the concept, then it won't work. It's not gonna work. And that's what I learned. The concept of it was there's more than just like, hey, I'm here with the kids. Yeah. Like, that's how I'm showing you I love you, right? Yeah. Like, I like spending time with the kids. You don't see that I love you. Like, little things like that used to get me frustrated where like, like, I'm here. Like, isn't that enough? Like, no, there's more to that. There's more things to just saying, hey, I love you. I love the kids. And you should believe me. You got to show it. And sometimes action speaks louder than words. And that's what the book helped me do. Because the book can be interpreted different ways. But the way that I took it is like, okay, let me show you how to do that.
And I think part of love is also like trying to like resolve shit properly. Yeah. With your partner. That's because if you don't want to do that, and like, what do you really love this person? Yeah. Or do you have like this thing where there's some people that just like conflict too? They like just
the drama.
Hella drama. They like drama and they want to like.
They thrive on it.
They thrive on it, yeah. Or they need an excitement, like adrenaline rush from it, and that just kind of pushes your partner or even your family members away when you are like that, One thing this guy I met, my other job, he told me he's like a shaman. We had a long conversation about a lot of stuff, and one of the things that I remembered is when you guys get mad, I don't know if you have this, but when you guys get mad and at the moment there's like a quick little like something, maybe you're driving and you bring up something that flies on my leg. You bring up something, like let's say hypothetically, and then your first response is something kind of brutal right away. Do you guys ever have that, or the vice versa, where like something snappy comes out of one of you? I
think, yeah.
That's everybody pretty much probably, right? He told me like the best advice, and I did use it, and it did, obviously didn't save the relationship, but it did prevent like fights. He said that in his culture, the first thought that comes to your head is like the evil spirits, kind of like, like the first rage. If you kind of just take a walk or don't bring it up, like just like pause right then and there, and then think about it, both of you. And then you come back and you can think more clearly than you would have if you would have just Mike Pence.
Bro, this one's in
this
there.
Is different. Yeah. So there's a fly here. Yeah. And I started doing that where instead of just saying the stupid shit like with no filter that comes out of my mouth right when I get like offended or whatever, I just take a minute like, why did I get offended?
You process it.
And then bring it up. Why'd you say that earlier? Like, oh, crying. Why'd you say that to me?
Like a victim.
Yeah, exactly. and then it like it was better.
Yeah.
Because like the way you say things is more impactful sometimes than what you're actually saying.
Yeah.
And especially in relationships, you know.
Yeah.
Who was that bitch? You know, or who was stuff like that. I mean, you know, the way you can kind of come off it. I think that's the biggest thing for me. The way I say things and how I mean them, or sometimes two different things, and that like cause fights that I can't even remember why the hell we were fighting. Like 2 days later, like you said, like, do you remember why we were fighting? No. All right.
Yeah.
Want to make out? You know what I'm saying? Like that. I think that's a lot of couples' things too. Do you guys remember your last 2 fights?
Yeah, it was a couple of days ago with the situation I was telling you about.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know details, but like I'm saying, like you have. It's just like what the fuck are you saying?
No. Yeah. Okay.
No, but like you.
Oh, I get you.
Point. Like,
yeah.
There's some fights. I mean, I guess it depends on. I mean, you guys have been around. You guys have been dating longer. You've been around.
Aroused.
No, around.
Oh, I'm like, what the hell?
What the hell are you talking about?
I heard aroused, bro, my man.
Around. I don't know about that, but like around. You guys have been together for years, so it's different. You know, it's you know, you guys know each other very well at this point. I mean, I hope.
Yeah, no, we do. I think we do.
Yeah. You guys mentioned that on the podcast, like there's still stuff you discover about each other now.
Yeah. And that's going with that is like, you know, we don't stop, you know, learning things. And one of the things that we do is like, as soon as, if, for example, me, if I learn something about myself, I share it with her. You know, like the whole thing with like if I wasn't working at IKEA or whatever, I would be a producer because I like this, I like that. Little things like that. I was like, you know what? I just thought about this. This is what, you know, I think that helps us like, oh, you know, it kind of makes it like, you know.
You evolve together.
Yeah. You know, you learn things and you find things that, you know, you didn't know about yourself. There's no need for me to just keep it with myself. Like, you know, I'm going to share it with her. And it's vice versa. Kind of like that I was mentioned earlier about.
And look at you now.
Yeah.
Podcast hosts.
I know.
Producers.
You know? Yeah. And this whole thing made me realize how I'm a curious soul. You know, I like learning things. I like knowing things about.
How curious. No,
well, no, but yeah, it's like, you know.
We were talking about my voice earlier. That's why I did it. How curious.
For real. Yeah, you're right. So it's.
Yeah.
You know, you're always learning. And I think that also helps with, you know, decreasing fights.
Yeah. Does this bring up conflicts ever?
Here?
With you guys? Like, does this ever cause conflict?
I think so, because I feel like he doesn't have a filter sometimes.
Yeah, it's kind of what
things that I'm like, I try to watch what I say, and like he's a little bit like, oh, you know.
Because, like, you know, we mentioned earlier, we try to be like, let's talk about our experience, not so much like, let me compare, not even compare, but judge or criticize about other people or other situations. So sometimes like I say things to try to like maybe not prove a point, but to kind of give you like a broad, you know, comparison. But it can come out like, oh, you know, judging or criticizing, you know. We're not like that, but, you know, I do feel like sometimes
judging is fun though.
It is, man. It really is. It's stuck in my head when you mentioned it the first time.
No, I'm saying like I'm pointing at both of you. I just did. I'm sorry. I was complaining about pointing earlier.
Exactly.
Quit pointing at me. Yeah.
Break that finger.
I know. Yeah.
Point that way now.
Yeah, but we all. I mean, yeah, I get what you're saying, but like that's kind of what you. I mean, I'm not saying you got to do it to be controversial, but you do kind of do it to point out differences when you're talking about like, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I have a hard time with like filters on my stuff too. I said something like, I said that.
Yeah.
You know, you forget what you put out there, and you listen to like I don't
listen to them.
I only listen to them when we like are, because the way we do the thing, sometimes audio cuts out, so we have to redo it.
Oh shit. Okay.
Not the whole thing, but you know,
just that little clip.
Kind of like, because this two, you know how you got to get the video and the sound together to match. I hate that.
That's what I'm struggling with right now with this one episode.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, but yeah, I get it.
But yeah, so then I listen to stuff. I'm like, why did I say that? And you can't take it back. And then that's the filter thing where you kind of like, then you go and do it again, and like I got to think about that because one, I don't want to incriminate myself with some stupid comparison or whatever, or something that sounds criticizing, and two, I don't want to offend anyone.
Yeah,
I mean, unless they deserve it, let's be honest.
yeah.
If the shoe fits.
If the shoe fits.
No, I have to listen to because I have to edit it. I'm the fail per se. And I actually, because, sometimes we post clips. I have to listen. No, it's good. Keep doing it, bro. It's all right. Makes it more authentic. So I have to like listen to it to get like the best clips from the whole episode and
to post it.
Yeah, and to post it. So I have to. But
no, that makes sense. I do that too because I'm the one that does the social media for the thing. So I got to put out all the, but by the end of it, you're sick of that episode, aren't you?
No.
He loves it.
I love it, bro. I think it was meant for me. No, but I'm done here. But yeah, so I just think going with the same thing.
Yeah.
Before I did have some had a previous question that I thought it was important was touching by the jealousy part. We've had our
friend ask me that again.
Yeah, because people need to know, bro.
Yeah.
It's fucking
what was your question?
How jealousy played a part in your relationship.
Where do I start? Well, no, I think for me the jealousy thing is more towards the beginning of my relationships. I think the way I asked that earlier it sounded like a psychopath, so I'm glad that got deleted. But but I think for me the jealousy kind of it's at the beginning of the relationship when I like when I see something like one of my past.
That's where it got cut off too.
Yeah.
We're talking about
really don't kick it. It was my foot. I blamed it on her. It was her when she was peeling the paint. I kicked it. Oh wait, no, that was after. That was after. No, but the jealousy thing, it mostly like at the beginning of the relationship, because once you're starting to like the person, you change a little bit yourself. I mean, do you guys remember that when you were first starting to get with each other, like, and you're still like I don't know what this is, but you're still getting together and you're still getting to know each other.
Like the honeymoon phase.
The honeymoon phase, but you're still not all the way trusting. And then like you see like you're at parties together, like she talking to this dude too much. You're talking too much. You're like, what's going on here?
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah. That's my issue. I had that, and even with my friends, like talking to her. Yeah, that's weird, and that's I never want to be like that again. Yeah. But I noticed that like I got like, hey, what's going on here? This is like I'm over here like time. Hey, cut it out. Like no more talking. Yeah.
Everybody their own way.
Yeah, everybody their own speed dating. Yeah. But towards the end, like I wasn't jealous, but that's the thing. It wasn't because I was already like I had mastered this thing, because I didn't care. Yeah. That's on my end, but on her end, it was also like.
So you got yourself to that point.
I got myself to that point. Yeah, I did all that work by myself.
No one helped you.
No one helped me. That was all up here, man. Yeah, I have the map. You guys.
Because what I mentioned earlier too is like with me and my jealousy is like I was never like really jealous. Yeah. Because I knew where I stood.
Never.
No. Well, no. Actually, no. Never.
Really?
Yeah. I just, for some reason, I always trusted her.
Oh, okay, that's good. That's good.
Because same thing like she does now.
Maturity.
Like, anything she did or does or anything that happened, she was like, hey, like this was happened. Yeah. Like with the whole scenario with that one guy that was messaging her. But with me, like, you see her?
Oh, sorry. Did I?
No, you're good. You're good. Trying to kill a fly here.
I'm usually really good at catching flies. I'm sorry.
It's annoying, right? It's like
it's because it's landed on and I saw it land on your head,
and it was right here. Like I'm not gonna lose.
Like
Mike Pence.
Yeah, Mike Pence.
Mike Pence.
The whole Mike. But what I was saying is like now in our relationship, like I don't, I'm not jealous about anything.
You're comfortable.
I'm comfortable.
You trust her.
One things that I do feel like that I do get jealous about is when like other guys are staring. And
that's the problem I had.
Yeah.
Like I was saying earlier when like I went to this festival in San Mateo, the Cinco de Mayo festival with my ex, and like I was waiting. I think we were waiting in the bathroom or something. She was in there, and then some dude came up to me, older guy, like I said earlier. Congratulations! Yeah. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, Yeah, because he was being creepy.
Yeah, yeah.
That's really weird.
That's your girlfriend? Yeah. Oh man. Congratulations. That's exactly how he said it. It was like he was in his like late 60s.
Yeah.
Like, you motherfucker, I'm gonna kill you right now.
She could be your granddaughter.
That's the creepy shit about it. Yeah. Yeah.
Just thinking about it. Like,
yeah.
And that's the thing about.
And then also had like other like dudes my age, like, that's not your girlfriend. No. Like, you know, like it's stuff like that. Like I could tell that's coming from you think she's hot. Or whatever. Yeah. You know?
And I mean, you know, some men are creepy. Some men are creepier than others. So, you know, you see sometimes like, you know, there's a guy.
He's being creepy with
He's being creepy. So sometimes I like, okay, let me stand behind you. You know, and then because I can see that he's staring at your ass. You know, or sometimes I be telling her like the fuck, this dude was just looking at your ass, and I'm like hella mugging the dude.
You gonna let that slide?
Like, do something about it. You know?
Go fucking tell him something, Graciela.
Let me know how it goes.
For yourself. Hey, what the fuck were you looking at? My boyfriend wants to know.
It's really funny because it reminds me of this one time where I went to go do laundry and I took my mom and his mom. And at the laundromat, I guess there was some dude there who was looking at my ass. And then my mom told me that his mom was just like, oh, here, let me help you with that. Like, and right behind me and just like looking at him. Like, so she was there to protect me for you.
Yeah. And the little things that I keep pointing at you, I feel like a poker finger. Like, all right.
Yeah.
Like,
you got a pointing problem.
Just start scratching your face.
Just
peeling it off.
But you know, like little things like that, I kind of like
it's uncomfortable.
Yeah, it's
because
like,
you can only control what you guys and you're, you know. But then there's other weird stuff, you know.
You know, and I remember this one time recently at Walmart, some guy kind of was like hella close to her. Like I was waiting in the car, and I think I was on a call, was doing something.
You were in the car. I was just going in there to pick up like an online order.
Online order.
But then I started browsing, and then literally like I was in one aisle, and I saw him from a distance, and I went to a different aisle, like 4 aisles away, and like he's literally right behind me, like hola. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, how did you get here so fast? And I texted him, I was like, there's a guy following me in here.
Yeah, I got the keys. I ran out, and that's the jealousy that I dig. Like, what the fuck? And that's
more protection, though.
Yeah.
I think that, because I had that, like, when my ex was working at a job and one of her coworkers was being extra pervy. And then it was like, I went to go eat there at the restaurant, like where is he? You know, I think that's a different kind of, like, it could be like you mentioned earlier about one of your coworkers that she had to quit. That's like an extreme, like that's protection, but that's more of a possessive.
Yeah.
Oh, you're working with men?
Yeah. Yeah.
Get in the car. Yeah.
Yeah. You're right.
That's like really bad.
Yeah.
And I would never want to be like that. And I always try to like check myself with like, am I being like fucking crazy psycho right now? You know?
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah. That's how I felt when I went to go eat at the restaurant. Am I being psycho right now? And I met the guy.
Let me analyze myself right now.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And it's like, let me analyze myself right now.
But yeah, so little things like that, I se me salen a veces.
Yeah.
Even like when she might be talking to a guy, a veces se me salen.
Well, little guy.
You know, you like. I mean, I'm comfortable with it, you know, but sometimes, sometimes like como que me da like.
Yeah, no,
it's kind of like a chill sometimes, like you
what's
know,
going on there?
Yeah, what's going on? Yeah,
all right. Yeah. But then I walk away, you know. But I'm comfortable.
That's a long hug. I had that with my ex, where like I mentioned earlier, like I would see a friend of mine at the store, like, oh my god, I haven't seen you in so long. This is my girlfriend. Oh yeah. And then it's like, oh, it's a long hug. I heard that once, a couple of times actually. Yeah. It was like 2 seconds. Like, what do you mean a long hug? Yeah.
Timing it, bro.
I held my breath. I can't be smelling other women around you.
But yeah, so it's talk about breath. We mentioned this.
What?
Sorry, no, about like you know, you can't help yourself sometimes.
Yeah.
Like if you give them a hug, whatever, right? We were mentioning previous episode, like when the jealousy part was at its peak. There were certain scenarios that I couldn't like, you know, control, and she would get jealous, you know. But
I started off really jealous.
Yeah,
I was very insecure.
Like about what?
So, for example, say I would be picking her up from work or we're driving somewhere, and I have to turn. You know, I'm turning right, and there just happens to be a girl to the right. Like, hey, you know, you were just looking at her like, I was just turning, you know. And I remember it got to a point where like it was kind of comedic.
I
like
had that too.
You know, it was kind of comedic. Like there was a guy just right now to the left. Are you gonna accuse me of that? And I would get a laugh at her. But sometimes, you know, it got to a certain point where like I think she started like really realizing like, okay, this is stupid. You know?
I always knew it was stupid.
Yeah.
It was just hard to like not do it.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a thing in guys though. Like, whenever a woman passes by, like you know how dogs notice shit, and they just kind of like instinctually just, you know, like cats with lasers. That's, you know, I mean, there's creepiness to it though. Like some dudes, like they too far. Like damn, like stop that. No, the light's green. Like no. Like what the fuck? Like it's creepy. Yeah. And
I mean, I think it came from a place where it's like I was the girl in, you know, the side of the street and had a guy just like stop and like yelling
like
at
to
you.
Stop and yell. That's,
you know,
you didn't do that, did you?
No.
Okay.
No, but she went through that, you know.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. See, like that's like a whole different thing because like
uncles and you know they used to do that.
Oh,
so I know what she meant.
I know, yeah. But I mean, like you know what I'm saying? Like if you're like, because I'm not saying I like at all. Like when I stop and like, you know, like nah, that's creepy. That's creepy.
Yeah.
Like just stop and like oh man, like let me follow her.
Yeah.
That's fucking,
you're right. That's creepy. I saw it.
If we're at a bar and someone just walks like, oh wow. Yeah. I mean. That I do like, okay, I've been guilty of that. I think every guy, no matter how in love, and I'm not saying you to admit anything like that, but like I know that like, because even you notice a hot guy when you see one like walking by. I'm sure you do. I'm not saying like you're gonna
notice an attractive girl better than noticing like an attractive guy.
No, but like if you see a guy like, oh wow, he's good looking, but that's it. Like oh wow.
If she was to ever tell me like, oh, that guy is attractive, I wouldn't care. You know, I'd be like, okay, let's analyze them together. Like, what do you see?
He disappears. Which one? Okay, right. Then you see, missing. The next day,
have you seen this?
Last scene. Last scene was in front of Mario.
He has good angles.
But like if you like, I mean, because I think that's like that's just an adult thing to acknowledge someone else is beautiful. If a good looking guy, I mean, I tell one of my friends on the podcast recently, it was a guest, like, hey, you're a good looking dude. And like, I think we just noticed like good looking people and like we can acknowledge it.
Was it the band?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And it was one of my, he's actually part of the podcast.
I was going to ask you that too. But
guapo, I call it. Guapo mi sobrino. Yeah. Like I think there's a difference though when it gets creepy, like just like straight up stalker shit, man, and you know, and other stuff like you were talking about, but like because I have friends who have been married for years, and they, you know, his wife would be like, wow, look at that girl over there. She's hot. And then he's like, oh, yeah, you're right. And then they high five each other. Yeah. I'm like, what the fuck?
You know, I seen that. That with a couple. I thought it was weird. Like, you know, I get it.
I mean, that's more of what I mean. Not like the, you know, yeah. That other thing is creepy, dude. Yeah.
No, definitely. But yeah, so I think that's probably like one of our like jealousy parts where we kind of have to like slowly.
It got a little, you know,
easier, and then
it got easier to
There's not like a big solution. Oh, you have to do this and problems. No, just time. You know, because I mean, but that's me and my jealousy. I mean, like I told you earlier, I have a thick skin, so I know what I am.
I have a question for you guys.
Yeah.
Do you have celebrity crushes? Guy, girl, or girl, guy?
No. Actually, really? No. I don't. You know what?
Or not even crushes, but just that you think you're good looking.
It's not that they're good looking.
I'm just
but
trying
we
to
have
get
favorites.
I'm just trying to get you guys to admit to some shit.
It's really funny because we were just talking about all our favorite actresses
before you got here.
Right before we were watching.
See, TV. I have microphones installed in this house.
Did you tap into our Wi-Fi?
Yes.
He's working for the government. That's what it is.
Yeah, but I don't think we've ever been like, oh my God, that person's so hot.
Okay, drop some names though. Just to give me an example of who do you think is an attractive actor?
Attractive actor.
And then like, do you guys talk about that when you're watching movies together?
No, but if you were talking about a male, I would say Johnny Depp or Brad Pitt.
That's who you think is cute.
Not cute, but like I can see why.
Like you could start a life with him.
No. Long walks on the beach? No.
Yeah,
No. No, but I mean,
Yeah, I mean, you guys. I mean, I'm just saying. Like, I'm trying to like you guys do like have these maybe like isn't that person good looking like with each other, or does it ever get uncomfortable where you can't do that?
I think
is this long?
I'm actually
this question is going forever. I'm sorry.
No.
I keep trying to like.
We've talked about this about personalities.
Okay.
We've talked about I like that person's personality. I think the one that we talked about recently was Emma Stone. Like I don't find her attractive, but I like her personality as.
Don't fucking lie to me right now, okay?
The character she played, you can kind of see what kind of person she is. Because movies,
I've always liked her.
Yeah. You have people with.
I'm gonna ask you now because he's clearly lying. No, I'm kidding.
This guy. You go. You don't believe me.
Celebrity crushes.
I don't
or
know.
that you can like say, oh yeah, like to him, hey, it's a good looking guy. Have you ever done that?
No, I haven't.
I haven't done that.
Okay.
We talked about because we think like we don't really look at celebrity crushes.
No, yeah, not like crushes, but just like, oh, that's a good looking dude. Like Christian Bale to me is a good looking dude, and then I'm not in a gay way at all or whatever. It just
I
it's
think
a
a
good
lot
looking
of
dude.
the movies that we watch is a lot of like romantic comedies. And it's like I can't imagine, like I'm sitting there like paying attention to the story and what's unfolding in front of me, and it's like they're with someone kind of thing,
Yeah.
and I'm not like, oh wow, that's I'm like, oh, they look good together,
Yeah,
that's
I see
more of
that.
like what, like
Yeah.
I don't know what I've seen.
If you, this is a different question. I was just trying to
Keep them coming.
No,
man.
because I just didn't know how you guys felt about that till now. Like for real, till now.
Like who I really liked paired up was in Crazy Stupid Love,
Sorry.
Emma Stone with Ryan Gosling.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, and they've done like hella already.
Yeah,
there.
and I
La La
really
Land.
liked that
Yeah.
pair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just kind of.
I think she's attractive. I think he's good looking too, and I like.
Yeah,
them
that's all I wanted to
together.
hear. I'm serious.
You let it out. Good job.
Yes, and you, Johnny Depp, you guys have different tastes in men,
Yeah.
which is weird.
Yeah. You know who? No, I don't find it attractive. But kind of mentioned what she
I
said.
want to
Like
start a life with him.
paired up. Adam Sandler and what's 50 Crazy.
Drew Barrymore.
Drew Barrymore.
Yeah, that's a good.
Oh
that's
yeah,
a good,
I love.
that's a
So
good.
Wedding Singer was like the one.
Oh yeah, Wedding Singer, and then they have another one after 50 First Dates,
Blended.
some shit like
Blended.
that. I didn't watch that one.
Oh,
I gave up after.
Yeah. No, I stay watching Wedding Singer as much as I can.
I haven't seen that either.
No, bro, you gotta do it, bro. I mean, just because it's 80s
Oh
nostalgia.
my god, he watches it so much.
Anything that has 80s, bro, I'll watch over
Really?
again. Hot Tub Time Machine.
That's 80s?
Yeah, bro. The first one. I don't know about the second one.
Wait, didn't that come out recently? Are you talking about when it came out or what it's based on?
What it's based on.
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Okay.
So it's like based on the 80s.
Oh,
yeah,
I see. Okay, yeah.
So yeah,
Okay, yeah.
little movies like that.
I don't like romantic comedies. I do sometimes.
Yeah, me too.
What was that one you mentioned? Sorry, I keep pointing.
Crazy Stupid Love.
That was good.
Yeah,
I
that
like
was
that
good.
one.
Yeah, some of
Because
them.
it's like heartbreak, right? Like it talks
Yeah.
about heartbreak.
yeah, the dude.
The
Yeah,
dude's
that's real.
heartbroken.
Yeah, the dude.
Yeah.
And he's a good actor. They're all good actors.
Steve Carell.
Steve Carell.
I don't really like romantic comedies, but there's some that I can watch that are good, like the ones that I mentioned.
Forgetting
But
Sarah Marshall. Is that a?
Oh yeah,
Bro, we love that one. That one's
one's
just. Cause I think what's the dude, the British name?
Russell Brand.
Russell Brand.
Brand.
He fucking. I think he kills it on that one, bro.
He's awesome.
There's that.
You sound like you're from London.
I think that's one of the ones that we do watch. We watch a lot.
Yeah, I watch that one all the time.
Yeah.
Like sometimes when I'm having a bad day,
Yeah.
I just put it on.
Sometimes we just have we're having like lunch or dinner.
We have, like, a marathon
what are we gonna
movie.
watch? The safe spot is those movies.
One time, one of my homies, he had just broken up with his girlfriend of 11 years.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
And he came over to my place. He stayed with me for like the whole weekend because he had just moved out of the apartment.
Mm-hmm.
And he stayed with me that whole weekend. And like I was watching Forgetting Sarah Marshall.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize this is the worst movie to put on right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
And it was like, he was laughing at something. And when he's like crying, remember when he's crying, like they call him, he's like, you're a woman
There's a
crying.
woman crying.
And then he was laughing. I went to the bathroom. I came back. And
He's
he was
crying.
like, I miss her, bro.
Oh, that's damn.
Oh, that's horrible. That's
feel
a
bad for
fucking
laughing.
horrible friend.
That's nice. That's nice. I'm not gonna lie.
We had a pause right there. You saw that?
I had to think about it, but that's nice. I mean,
not really.
no. The fact that you were there.
Oh yeah.
That's
Yeah.
That's nice of you.
Yeah.
I'm here for you too, man. Whatever you need.
Actually, I have all my stuff in my car. I was wondering if I would stay here for a while.
We can condition the garage for you, man. No, but yeah. So
relationships are hard, dude.
No, they are, bro. They are. I know we had our struggles, but I think when you start off as friends, it makes it easier, man. It really does. And I think it's hard sometimes. Like going with the honeymoon phase. Let's touch hands. We're making out all the time. After a while, yeah, I know, bro. I'm getting it from you now. After a while, you kind of get tired of when you move in with people, you learn things about them that you weren't aware.
Yeah,
and
it can break.
Yeah,
make it or break it right there. Huh?
Yeah, there was.
I think one of the things that we were talking about earlier that got deleted, talking about like apologizing and stuff. Yeah,
I'm gonna do this to you guys when you keep pointing.
I guess that's the thing.
Yeah.
We were talking about apologizing.
Oh yeah,
and how your ego gets in the way of apologizing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What were we talking about earlier?
Oh yeah,
no.
Because like how you can resolve fighting. That's what you guys brought that up.
Yeah,
how you can resolve fighting, and that's the thing. Fake apologies after a fight are the worst thing. That, like I said, it's like for me, like when is that what we're talking about?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, you're on the right track.
Okay. Yeah. Like the analogy that I could think of when that's kind of what destroyed one of my relationships was like the fighting and the fake apologies. It just built up. Like I said, like putting you have a leaky pipe under the sink and you put a bucket there and it just kind of fills in, then it overfills, and that overfill, like when it would tip off, was like some random shit that just you did something to me that pissed me off that you didn't even think was gonna piss me off.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying you were dating, but like yeah. And it led to like so much of that where you just fill that pot with dirty water.
It was that last drop that overfilled the whole thing.
The whole thing. Yeah. And when you
just a lot of resentment that carries
hella
on.
resentment and like apologies without change behavior. I read this somewhere. Apologies without change behavior is abuse.
Yeah.
And that's exactly like how it was kind of a both of us thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then when you sit down and have conversations.
Isn't that what they call gaslighting?
Gaslighting, yeah. When you have like conversations all the time about the stuff you're doing wrong and there's no changes, that's just like you're like signing up for a heart attack or something in the future to cause. And at one point that was like one of the main causes of my stress, man, the relationship.
Yeah.
And that's like the worst.
Yeah.
Because
you're there. It's not like you can quit. Well, I mean,
you can
technically, yeah, but it's not like
But you're there, and it's like you're signed up with this person and all their problems for the rest of your life.
Yeah, and
that's a scary thing. If
yeah,
unless you guys are like you guys. That's why I see like you guys have mastered this whole relationship thing.
I don't think we've mastered it, but I think we have a good idea.
You have a good idea.
Yeah, and down the road, I told her like I think about down the road when our kids are old and they have their own kids, we're going to be just hanging out in front, on our porch, drinking coffee in the morning. Or we're going to be visiting our, once we're hello, viejitos, we're going to go to our restaurants that we have designated. Oh,
we already started that.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's kind of, we're that comfortable with talking about that,
Have you guys ever thought about what if you end up
not together?
And let's say, would you guys be comfortable? Let's say you remarry.
We talked about it.
If you guys,
we talked about it. No, we talked about it, but she.
I mean, just because I'm not saying I'm just saying the possibility of it. Because I hope not. I would probably suffer more than you two would if you guys.
No, but
we broke up.
We talked about
every time I think about it, just start crying.
Forgetting Sarah Marshall.
Yeah. What's the world coming to? Send in the meteor already.
Well, we talked about it. I think that I have a clear understanding.
It'd probably be hard.
It would, honestly, it would, and
it's hard for me to see my friends that were together for 11 years not together. And like I see them both with new people, like those fucking whores. They belong together. Like, you know, it's weird. And seeing like uncles and aunts not together after like your whole life. It's like, so what's up with these people? Like, and I think I would be heartbroken if you guys broke up more than I've ever been for any of my shit, any of my relationships. Yeah.
I think.
So please don't.
No, I don't. I mean, I thought about. I thought about not breaking up, but you know, like
about not breaking up.
Not that scenario.
Okay.
But I thought about like, you know, life is sometimes, you know, can't assure next day, right? Yeah. So I thought about like, you know, me, you know, not being here.
Or
know?
Like, but yeah,
you
that's
know, you never
thing
know.
Too.
Like I think sometimes I kind of like tell her like, you know, you need to know how to do this, you know, and I tell her, she gets mad in case one day I'm not here, you know.
And you can't remarry. You can't remarry.
She's already told me she would never remarry. Yeah, and I would never remarry. No, I'd be hanging out with you, you know, and with my dogs a lot.
Cool.
You know?
And not the big one.
No,
not the big one.
Well, I'll train him.
But you know what's crazy? This is gonna sound psycho of me.
It's okay, man. We're not here to judge.
Well, like at one point, later. Like I thought
later.
Because I had this conversation with my partner, like when we were together and like hella deep in love, you know, and I was like, I couldn't imagine you with someone else. I can imagine you dead, but not with someone else.
Yeah, no, it makes sense though.
Oh my god,
that's horrible. That's a horrible thought.
Yeah,
but I was like, no.
I get your concept, but when
it sounds horrible.
Yeah,
I mean, I was like 24, or it's kind of immature, but not that not that I would want to kill her.
Yeah.
It's just like some natural cause. Yeah,
that's the only way. I
just don't want to see you like the thought of it. You know.
I get it, bro.
So
I
can handle you dying.
I can handle you dying, but not with another man. Yeah, that's how I used to think.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of like,
as you can see, why this didn't work out.
Yeah. But you know, kind of.
I mean, it's kind of exaggerating, but like I just, you know.
Yeah. Because I thought about me, like, you know, having
passing.
Yeah, you know, because you know, life is not guaranteed. And then I've told her, like, you need to know how to put air in your tires. And I always bugged her. I can't do it.
I don't know either.
I never.
I'm just kidding. I do.
Like, it's not I don't want to, but I want you to know. Yeah. You know, little things I try to prep her. She gets mad.
Because of the thought. It sucks.
And I told her one day, like, you know.
No, I get mad about him telling me. I don't even go that far to think the way that he's thinking. I'm just like, but you're there. Just put air in my tires.
Yeah, and I remember that one day I finally just told, because her tire at the time would deflate little by little, and she had to like put air. Or I would have to put air like every 3 weeks. 3 weeks. Yeah. So, you know, I would do it every other 3 weeks, and I just found out, no, you need to do it. You need to go over there. I'll show you how to do it. And I get her out the car, and she's like on her phone, like, no, you got to learn. And then one day she's like, why didn't you just do it? You're there. You know, you can just do it. Like, what if one day I'm not here and I can do it for you? You need to know how to do it. She started crying. Like, don't say that. Like, well, I mean, realistically, like, you know.
What if you pass away and we go back to horses and all that shit you taught her means nothing?
But yeah, so like I thought about that scenario, not about us.
It's one of those things that like you like kind of like my parents also like instill in us like, hey, you got to learn how to make this because when I'm not around, you know.
Yeah.
That reminds me of Ari. She said something that was really, it was really funny. Mm-hmm. So she was asking, I think his sister, she's a single mom, right? So she, you know, life works different. Yeah. You know, she has to learn like certain things that, you know, maybe I take for granted, you know. And she was asking her to pump air in her bike or something, do with the chain or something. And she was having a hard time doing it. And then Adi ends up saying, she's like, what did she say? She's like, it's okay. She's like, when I grow up, I'm going to learn how to do this for myself. And then she's like, no, you know what? I'm just going to get a husband. So that he can do it for me.
Her logic is like, it's cute.
It was along those lines. But it was cute, but it's like what she sees kind of thing. Me with
But that's the only scenario that I thought about it because you know.
Yeah. I mean, that's not something I thought about all the time. It was just one of those things that like came in during like a low moment. And Yeah, I mean, I don't like to think about that, even with like my family members. Like,
Yeah.
ooh, like just the thought of it.
Yeah.
It's yeah.
Yeah, and I think thinking about us ever splitting up is hard. Just kind of like we've been through a lot, and just to kind of like
Wait, who's splitting up?
us.
Oh,
Yeah, so I never really gone there.
yeah.
I
I don't even go there.
yeah,
I mean, I think I have like an idea of what I want our future to be like down the
Yeah,
line.
we
We
thought
talk
about
that. I don't think we ever think about like the possibility of us not being together. It's like I can't imagine that.
yeah.
Yeah.
And there was an episode previously that we mentioned, like I'm very like I hold grudges a lot, bro. So if I ever get into an argument with anybody, I can hold a grudge. Right now I have a grudge with one of my
Say his name.
I can't, bro. But he's my cousin, and we had our fair share of I was nurturing to him, I was taking care of him when I was in high school,
Yeah.
and I felt disrespected, and you're like fuck you, then I did everything I could for you when I was in high school. I didn't have a job, but I was there for you. So I haven't talked to him in years, and I know one of the things I told her like early on is like if she was to ever cheat on me, I don't think I could ever forgive her. Because of the person that I am, like I hate, like I can hold a grudge.
Yeah.
I wouldn't ever be able to like
And I told him if he was to ever cheat on me, I think I would forgive him.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I think if I cheated, I don't think I could forgive myself either. So I would be stuck with that.
Mm-hmm.
If I did it,
Yeah.
I'd be stuck with that. And then it would eat me up.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't be like.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah.
No, I agree.
Aside from what you said,
Yeah.
and forgiving, I don't know. It's yeah.
Yeah, it takes a lot of dedication, a lot of work, the need to want to do it, to like work on it.
Kill trust completely for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I told her,
Unless I deserved it. No, I'm just kidding.
but during this podcast,
Yeah.
that's one of the things that I learned. If she was ever to cheat on me, like my pride and my ego say no, don't ever do it, don't forgive her. But the love that I got for her and what we built up so many years and all the struggles that we've been through, like I tell her right now, like I'd forgive you.
Don't you realize?
I hope he thinks about that too before he ever does it.
Yeah. I've always had that mentality.
I hope it's like
you say to him, to guilt him when he if he cheats. Didn't you realize we have a podcast together?
But
what's gonna happen
not
to
the
our
family
podcast
or the dogs or the relation. A podcast. How are we gonna continue the podcast when you cheat on me?
Exactly. But yeah, so that's one of the things that I've learned.
Yeah.
Through like talking to her, and it goes back to like I've looked at everything we've been through from the beginning to a relationship to where we were halfway in it and not where we're at now. We're such a good place where like I wouldn't want to just throw that through the trash. Honestly, is like
a lot of years of like you have a whole library about her life in your head.
Yeah.
Same to you.
Yeah.
That's like I think like the more you get to that, like the harder it probably is to to even think about.
Yeah.
And that's the thing that I hear from like friends who are like, oh, like when they're in relationships, they start getting like, I guess you could say tired of the relationships. And then one of my comic friends just told me like he had that where he split up with his wife for a year, but he never got with anyone. She, according to him, she never did either. They were like having issues, and he just saw like went on like dates kind of to see other. It's like they don't come close to my wife, man. So they just got back together.
And that's one of the things that we had a guest kind of go through the same thing, where they were kind of split up and then get back together. Sometimes you're just not really meant to split up.
Yeah,
you're just kind of like, okay, well now we know that it can't work with anything else. We have to try.
They had to figure that out.
No one else loves you guys. Okay?
No one wants to
no one wants you.
No one wants you guys. Okay, so just. All right.
Yeah, you're right. I didn't think about it like that, but you're right.
Cry in the bed. No one wants us.
So I think it kind of like not forces you, but
single life is fucked up.
No, I bet.
Sorry, I mean, what were you saying?
No, it kind of like it helps you understand that like maybe things can't work out with other people. It has to be with us. We have to try.
You have to.
Yeah.
And then also the thing that I like, one of my older friends told me, and he's divorced, which they have the best like cheat codes to relationships sometimes. He told me something that like for sure resonated with me forever. Like if like the person you're with, if you just hypothetically, that's going to be them for the rest of their life, because a lot of people don't change. If you can live with who they are now, and you know, like, oh, I'll change this in the future, like a lot of people do say. But if you can live with what they are now, put my hands down. If you can live with,
I like it.
I'm over here building it. You pay attention to this hand, pay attention to this hand. No, but like if you can live with who they are, and the possibility of them never changing is there, like then you can make your decision with that. And I kind of had that thought, like towards the end of my relationship. I definitely would want to be friends, which we are, but I know there's a lot of like things that just we still to this day like it's not gonna work out because of, you know.
Yeah. I like that.
I gotta make a phone call, guys.
No,
Amá, ven, recógeme. Estoy bien triste, no puedo manejar.
So yeah, bro. Like honestly, I had questions, but it's kind of like, you know, it's kind of like
You've answered them.
Yeah, in a sense, without me, you know, actually asking them, and it's just more like I like the natural, the natural flow of it.
I talk too much.
No, it's good. I like it, bro.
That's why I have a podcast.
I like the natural flow, and I think that's where like I like. But if you were to like, you know, kind of summarize things that haven't worked for you in past relationships, what would they be? Like the key highlights.
Okay,
that's per se.
First thing's me.
Yeah,
that's number one.
You gotta work on yourself, or
two is my personality. Oh, jeez.
What's wrong with your personality?
No, well, I don't know. I'm still trying to figure that out. If you guys know, please tell me. No, what? So what's caused issues in the? I think, and this is gonna sound crazy or stupid to you guys, but the fact that like this is it forever, oof, that's a big one. Okay. Regardless of who it is. That's been the biggest thing. Like, I don't know. Like,
have you ever been in love?
I think, yeah. Well, what do you mean?
What is love?
When I have.
So you've never found someone that's like, I could spend the rest of my life with this person and nobody else matters.
At one point, but like. There was always even the one where I was like, we're gonna get married, I'm gonna have a kid with her for sure. There was still those like still like I'm uneasy about the future. So like I still do. I love all my exes. No, but I do like I don't have like, you know, with some of my exes we're still kind of cool. And then one particular that I did like really like think that was gonna be it. I've still had like the uneasiness about, you know, maybe that's an issue I got to work on in the future. But there was things that like made me think like, I don't know if it's going to work out. I mean, it's good right now, but
was it anything specific?
A constant, like we have different upbringing and the way we talked about, the way we talked about raising kids together was not. Was conflict, and there was conflict in other issues aside from us, outside things, and I don't know. It just I think sometimes also sometimes when you're like in a place of loneliness and you get with someone and you stay together for the sake of not being lonely, and you're in a hole, man. You're in a hole.
It's not healthy.
It's not healthy. Your self-esteem goes down. You start kind of settling, accepting like we were talking about earlier, like apologies for stuff, and then it continues. You're just like, all right, whatever. Or sometimes when you get into an argument, and for the sake of I don't like hostility, and for the sake of not keeping the hostility going, I would just agree to stuff that I know I didn't do. It's just the worst, you know. And I mean, I did stuff too. Don't get me wrong. I'm over here wishing she died instead of she. Not like that, but like, you know, I also had my trust issues and my like, you know, I definitely like I don't think no one I've ever dated has had my full trust all the way.
And that's important.
That's important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you're listening, don't date me.
Or gain my trust
I
first.
won't trust
first.
you.
Yeah. No, I think that's important, bro. I think with the whole like growing up, maturing, you get that with time. I know with me to a certain extent, my maturity when it came to like jealousy was all time, high. I didn't have any problems with that. But then I also had problems with like,
Yeah, problems with communication.
Battling with my ego and my pride at times. So she had to endure that. She had to like wait, in a sense, kind of wait till I got to that point through like, through fighting into a certain thing, calling my BS sometimes. And, it would be vice versa with me and her jealousy, like, okay, I'm gonna call BS with this. Like, there was a guy right there. Like, did you not get mad at me for that? So like little things like that, we had to like, build that trust and kind of get through that. So yeah, I mean, I can see.
I think on our end, we both had to kind of compromise on different ends. Like I had to put up with your stuff, and you had to put up with me, and it was like, we both.
Yeah, and I know there was a friend a while ago. It was a while ago where they were having problems with their partner as well, and then they asked me for advice, and I told them like, whatever it is that you guys are going through, if you're gonna put 100%, in your part to make things work, you gotta ensure that that person is doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Because you're not gonna go in there. You're not going to go in there and give them all your all, and then for them to be like only 50% in. Like, well, let me try it out, but if it doesn't work, I have my door open. Like, it's not going to work out. You need to ensure that you talk to them like, hey, you're going to try it, then you got to be 100%. You can't have an exit door or a plan B or.
And I think that's the thing though with a lot of people too.
Yeah. And I didn't have like plan B, but I was just like, that's not the plan I want to go with.
Yeah,
that's what it came down to when like moving in together came up like nah, and I think I don't know like don't get me wrong, like I said, being single is fucked up, but there's a lot I like about being single, and it's because I just like I don't feel like I'm not ready. Like I feel intimidated by that. It's a big commitment, man. It's a big commitment. Like to all right. It's just me and you, and I don't know. I get uneasy just thinking about it. Like it's scary. It's I mean, I'm sure you guys thought it was scary when we first got together. Getting to know. She looked at you like, huh? What?
I felt it. I'm like,
your face starts melting when she's looking.
My hairs are burning.
Your hair falls off of your beard on that side. That's exposed to her.
No, I mean, it kind of was.
I think we were so young.
Yeah.
And it was we didn't think about it. I mean, at least on my end.
Because you guys
I didn't even think about it. It just happened.
You guys were together for years before you had kids, huh?
Yeah.
Because it wasn't like, because a lot of couples like, well, we have kids now, we got to stick together. And like a lot of people I grew up with are like that, like, oh, we had kids, so that's why we're married. And then you guys were together for like years before you had a kid.
It was like 2 or 3 years before we.
Was it longer?
No, it was about 3 years.
3 years? Yeah.
Because Aiden was born when I was 21.
Yeah.
And we moved in together
way
at
after.
18.
Yeah.
3 years. About 3 years.
Yeah.
But, I think with us, I think we started in times where we kind of like, in a sense, got ahead when it came to like building a friendship.
Yeah.
Because I was going through my personal issues. She was going through her personal issues. So we both used each other to like, talk to each other, get some steam out. And that helped us like build a friendship easily right away, and as opposed to now, I hate talking on the phone. But before then, we used to spend like 3 hours, 4 hours talking on the phone.
Now you have a podcast.
And now we have a podcast.
All the time.
Yeah. I just hate talking on the phone. I prefer texting.
Really?
Yeah.
I kind of do too sometimes.
Yeah.
If I'm in trouble, with the spouse, like call me, like,
just text me.
Just text me. Yeah.
Text me. Let me know what you want to know.
But then another thing I had with my partner was a lot of times you can't tell tone on text, and it comes off like especially if you got issues in your head like I do, or I've been known to have. I see it as confrontation. Like, what the fuck do you mean? Like, and it would start drama right there.
We had little things like that, like little things where I say something and she's like, okay, never mind. You don't want to do it. Like, no, I do it. I'm just doing this. And it kind of just chills down. Yeah. But there's been times where I get the same thing. Like, the fuck? You just said K? Like, are you mad or what? So it's like, little things like that. Text.
It's one of those things that like, that's why I don't like texting sometimes. Phone calls are better. But when it's like, you have a problem where the other person has a problem and I got to figure out what it is. And then I figure it out and then we would try to like work on it. I don't want to talk about it right now. Like, oh, okay. Yeah. Or this is, I don't know if this is just a woman thing, but when there's something wrong and we got to talk about this later and that whole time waiting for that shit later, it's the worst.
The wait?
Yeah. The wait. Like, call me later. We'll talk about this later. Like, okay. That's like the one thing like, cause more stress in me in a relationship than anything else.
Suspensefulness.
Yeah. Like, yeah.
No, I mean,
you guys do that?
No, luckily for me, no, because she usually wants to talk about it right there and then. Yeah, so I have to like, okay, let's do it.
I've had that with multiple partners.
Yeah.
Like they did that to me. Just like, what is it? Sometimes it was good news.
Yeah.
But it's just the like we'll talk about
I hate
later.
that because like he'll text me, he'll be like, "Guess what?" I hate guess what.
Oh yeah.
Don't guess what me. Like just tell me what you want to tell me.
Yeah.
Guess what?
Yeah, you're right. And sometimes I do it on purpose, just like, oh no, I just want to say guess what, little things like that.
Because I want to get her attention.
Yeah.
Do you guys ever use each other's weaknesses against each other? I know you guys are interviewing me, but
no, I mean, I don't
think so.
Because I saw that
not to a certain extent, like maybe like playfulness, yeah.
Okay.
Like little things,
but like not like during a fight.
Oh no.
I've had that happen, and that's one of those things that like the trust was kind of already, and when I saw that, like completely, like you lost me.
Yeah.
And that's one of those things that like I try not to do. Sometimes I did too, because it was like back and forth. Yeah. But that's when it's like malicious, bro. Like we're in
it's
this.
Like, oh yeah.
Well, oh yeah. And then we're coming down way lower levels than we've ever been. And that's why I asked that, because it's like I know that's not a healthy thing, obviously, and that's not something you should ever do. Yeah. But that's something that I experience on both ends, and I never ever again will ever want to
No, I know with me, I use sarcasm a lot.
Yeah.
For petty things, if she's getting annoyed about socks or shoes on the floor, I'm sarcastic. Yeah. Like, oh my god, did you die? Like, oh, did you trip? Yeah. Like, oh my god, where like little things like that.
I think now I just take it as what it is, a joke, and I'm just like, okay.
But if I ever see that it kind of start to escalate, like, okay, never mind, let me just start picking it, because I don't let it get to that point. But I know besides that, I don't push it too far. Yeah. Just have sarcastic comes natural to me. Yeah. So I do it.
You guys know each other very well now. That's the thing too, that for me, like getting to know yourself is like the most important thing before you even, for me now, before I even think about, getting to know someone. I don't want to cause, I don't want to put this on anyone. That's how I feel right now. Yeah. I don't want to put this on anyone right now, you know? And like the jealousy, on my end, I know what it's like being jealous of what gets me jealous with other partners, and like I noticed in the past doing what I do, I'm out, I'm like a little social butterfly. That kind of caused issues with partners in the past. With like the shows that I do and all that, it caused like friction.
Well, there you go. You got to find someone who understands your lifestyle
or can work with it. I think, if you find somebody that has like, hey, so I'm going to be doing all these things, I'm going to be out there, I just, kind of having that agreement that as long as you try to understand where I'm coming from or what I'm doing and we can work through it, I think that's a step forward into like, maybe she just needs to grow, they need to like
trust me,
learn,
because that's, I had a friend who stopped doing like DJing because his partner didn't like it because he was out with women not like out with women, but there was women at the events. And then they didn't end up together. It's just like, that's horrible. Yeah. That's the worst thing. And like,
so you gave up something that you liked for
something that didn't work out.
And then it's like, know what you're getting into. Because the reason you like me is because of everything I am right now. And if shit starts changing and I start changing, don't be surprised if I start changing.
Yeah.
Because that's like, you compromise certain things.
Yeah.
I stopped smoking cigarettes during one of the relationships, which is a good thing. And I stopped. I should have stopped in general for me, But like certain things that bring me joy, I kind of stopped doing stand up during one of my relationships.
Oh, okay.
And like doing all these things I like to do, and like even though there was like she mentioned, I support you in it, I could tell it was a problem. Like, oh, you're going out? Yeah, sorry. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
You want to go? I'm like, no, okay, all right. And it's awkward. Yeah. And I could tell that there was an issue, even though at the time, like, no, I don't have an issue. Like, no, I don't have an issue.
Yeah.
Yeah. It looks like you do.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And it's funny. One of the things that I've always, at least me, that I've learned through my experience with my parents is like, sometimes hurting someone intentionally, kind of like, cheating part, hurts more in the long run as opposed to be like, hey, if things are never really working out with me and you, I'm just going to break it off with you.
That's the most that's the best thing you could do for someone.
Yeah.
Is like, straight up, just let them know.
Yeah.
Instead of like starting something with anybody else.
Yeah. And that was me, me putting my stamp on it. It was like, you don't have to worry about me ever cheating on you.
Yeah.
If something's not going right, just rest assured that I'm going to tell you like, hey, we got to go our own way. Yeah. And I said it after like an argument, but it was for me to let her know, at least like, like, don't have to worry about this. Worry about other things like, my behavior or my I lost the word. My defects, in a sense. Oh, yeah. Worry about those. Worry on things that I need to like improve in. Yeah. Don't worry about this. And I just thought about it because I saw my mom.
You create problems when you have those fears.
Yeah. So I was like, okay, let's get this one out of the way because this one's easy. Just rest assured that I'm not gonna do it. And let's focus on something else. So that's one of the things that I was kind of like, really straightforward with her from the beginning. And I told her like, my mom had her experience with my dad. Yeah. So I don't want to go through that. I don't want to put her through the same thing that my mom went through. So it's like, it's kind of like a live and learn type thing. Yeah. And that's kind of what I went with her.
Do you believe him?
I'm
just kidding.
No, I mean, Dan, did you believe it, Dan? No, but yeah,
because if someone just straight up in a relationship.
I mean, I hope after like 3 kids, he's not like, you know what?
It's not working out.
It's not working out anymore.
I'm moving in with JD.
I gotta confess something with you. After 3 kids.
Oh yeah. Like, tell me, bro. But yeah, so I think that helped out. And
you tell her. There's another man named Mario. That's how we clicked. I keep bringing up that you cheating on her with men. I don't know why.
Is that what you envision, bro?
No, I'm open to whatever you want to do.
I saw you, man.
And then you brought up women, so I imagine you leaving with another woman.
Story of our lives, bro.
Sorry. I've been changing this. That's the other thing I have that's bad. When we would sit down and have a serious conversation with me and my partner, and it was something about that I did wrong or something that we need to address, I would end up making some stupid joke that would kill the seriousness and like, don't make jokes right now as she's laughing. Yeah. He's like, don't make jokes right now. Like, it's funny, but this isn't a funny topic. And like,
it's like a Band-Aid.
It is for me. That's one of those things that I do in like uncomfortable situations is to crack a joke.
Yeah.
And I get it. Bad. It would be, I don't know, you looked at him like that. I get that. I can feel it.
Yeah. Because I used to do that.
It's like, it's...
But no, I get it because I've had my share of the same thing.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's like I get uncomfortable with it that I need to find like a door to, to like release some of that, not stress, but
seriousness.
Yeah, some of the seriousness. Heavy. Yeah. So it's like, okay, I'm getting uncomfortable, so let me do something about it.
Yeah.
You know, and I've learned, you know, sometimes humor helps with a relationship, but then it also backfires.
There's a time and place for everything.
Yeah.
And when we're talking about how we're gonna resolve this in the future, you shouldn't be like, yeah, look at your fucking, you know, like or whatever.
He looks so cute right now.
Yeah,
like, you know, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Sorry for the.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's like little things I've learned early on because she's pretty vocal about things like that. Like, okay, it's not time for that. Like, okay, I get it.
Like a wet willy, and after a serious stare down.
Yeah. Yeah.
You still mad? Yeah, that.
Yeah.
Stupid stuff, like not even jokes. Sometimes just stupid stuff to kill the heaviness of the seriousness, and that's something that like it's crazy because a lot of this stuff with one in particular, you know, I don't want to throw names out there. Like we talked about this now that we're broken up, and there's like, oh, I never knew that. Like, shit. Yeah. Like, what if we would have talked about this before?
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
it would have helped that a lot.
Maybe not. I don't know.
Maybe not. Well, you know, I
think sometimes you know when you're meant with someone, you know, and you know, I don't know. Maybe, who knows?
Yeah.
Because
I know with certain things like that, even like giving compliments, sometimes people get like, you know, it triggers something. So, or even like a serious conversation, sometimes you start laughing. It's not that you find it funny or you're not taking it serious, but it's uncomfortable and it just kind of, it's psychological.
Like a nerve.
A nervous laugh.
Nervous.
Yeah, so you start doing something to get at that, you know, that situation.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it makes sense.
It's uncomfortable, forced humor. That's what I call it. Like you're forcing it.
Yeah.
And it's no one's laughing except for you.
Yeah. You're the only one.
And someone's crossing their arms, and then the other one's like, you know, sweating, trying to make jokes. That was me.
And the pot is just feeling.
It fucking chorro, like all out, you know. Yeah. So that's like, how many of my flaws did we discuss?
I mean, I don't know. Lost track.
Oh my god. Yeah. No. I think like I just want to like kind of like I said earlier, like once if you can identify a problem, you're part of the solution. And the more I kind of like, you know, there's things that I know I gotta move past in my own shit, then I can maybe just kind of let go of that I'm uneasy about this person feeling once I finally do find someone. Because that's what kind of has killed a lot of my relationships. It's like this is cool right now.
Yeah.
But I don't know, you know.
I don't know if this is forever.
I don't know if this is forever.
Yeah.
And I guess that is like my decision making and who I decide to date is what it comes down to also, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. You know, something that...
Can I add this? This is the last thing that I forgot to mention. This is the thing that I now though, as I get older, I used to think of like people that are single and like hella old. Like I used to think sad, oh, he's all alone. I'm not afraid of that as much anymore.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I want to end up like that, but I don't see it as a sad thing like I used to. Because I can see being miserable. If you're miserable with someone and then being alone and just being alone, I'd rather take that.
Yeah, you're right.
I don't want to be miserable with someone just for the sake of not being lonely.
Yeah.
It's better to be alone.
Yeah.
And, you know, then.
That's a good message, actually.
Yeah.
No, it is. You know, I mentioned this before, but it's kind of like, you know, you look at it back in the days, you know, back in our grandparents' days or even before then, you know, you have a lot of people together.
Yeah.
You know, but they're not really together. It's like, you know, it's an agreement.
Yeah.
You know, I have to be because that's what the people
Divorce
want.
was
That's
not an option.
I don't want to be talked about, you know, in my town.
Arranged marriages.
Yeah. You know, so it's like, you know, like, you know, divorce rates are a lot higher now.
Yeah.
As opposed as before, but then also you got to think about like were they really happy?
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
Like how happy
You're
were they?
putting up with so much more.
Yeah.
Or like you're in an abusive relationship, no one knew about it. What's up with that bruise? Oh, you know, yeah.
You know,
shit like that.
You know, you have people like back in the days where like, you know, the husband is abusive, but you as a woman, you're taught.
He had a great house, like, you know.
Yeah. And you're taught to be like, you know, he can do that because he's the man. He brings in the bread, and you just have to be a servant to a sense, you know.
Yeah.
So it's like, you're forced into that.
Forced into that.
Yeah. Why would you want? Now it's
Society. What would everybody say?
And like a lot of like I've experienced that with a friend of mine who he was about to get married. He was like 8 years with a woman, He thought he loved her. It was kind of like a forced thing. This is old, like 80s. He's an older guy, and he was gay.
Oh shit! Okay.
Yeah, and he kind of repressed it because he was raised a certain way. And the week before he was supposed to get married after being engaged for 2 years, being together for hella, he kind of just let her know. Like he wrote her a letter, and she found it. He wasn't gonna give it to her yet, but she found it, and it was like, I'm gay. Like I can't like keep it in anymore. I love you as a friend, but like he was like, I'm not. I don't want to get married. And it's like I've always known I was gay. And just and he said she was heartbroken, but they're good friends now. But it's like
that's what's up.
Yeah, but like that kind of like there was always gay people. That's an example.
Yeah.
But before you wouldn't have known because like society, you have to suppress that. You have a family, especially after you have a family. You can't. And the examples I see of that are like some of my family members that are older and they're single. And I used to see, pobrecito, he's all by himself. But now I see it as like the reason he's single is because of like a woman that betrayed him, and he just never wanted to,
go through that again.
And and some people, one heartbreak is enough to,
especially how deep they were involved in, or how fault.
So I just see it as like it's if you're gonna be single, if it's being single or you yourself being miserable or making someone miserable, to be single. And don't be afraid of being single, for as many years as it because that's what I think about too, like all these thoughts that I have about getting with someone, and if I feel in my head, I can't, it's not fair to the person. I mean, me, whatever, but the person who's like, they're down for it. That's I'm wasting their time. There's probably a soulmate for them that is ready to do that shit, and I'm over here like, I got a show tonight. I gotta go. So right now, I just don't deserve that. And that's okay.
I think one of the things that I've learned, it's you got to work on yourself. You always got to work on yourself. You got to make yourself happy before you can get into that step where you can make somebody else happy. Because if you're with somebody and you're not happy with yourself, then that's insecurities, jealousy. You have to work with yourself. Even in a relationship, you have to work on yourself constantly. I've worked on myself while I've been with.
Look at you.
So like little things like that. Even like thank you. Even her, makeup, books. Like you have to work on yourself. You have to make sure that you're happy before you're able to make somebody else happy.
It's an everyday thing.
I think that's important. So if you kind of like what you're saying, like I'm okay with being this because you're happy. You don't want to force yourself into a relationship. From like a previous ex.
Because you think you're running out of time.
Exactly.
Because I'm like, I'm getting older. Which I did have. And like all these women friends that I had, that we had this pact. All right, we're both not married by this age. They're all married now. So like, and it's like, I mean, it's a joke, obviously, but like, I don't want to be in like a forced thing, like not everyone's gonna meet. I mean, even I probably already met my whoever is gonna be, but right now I don't feel like it, like it is anyone I've met so far, or I mean, maybe it is, but
you want it to happen organically.
I don't want to force anything. And
I think that's the best.
And I also don't want to, like the worst thing, one of the worst fears for me is that I'm finally married with someone, but all along there's someone else she's in love with. And then that's like I find out 10 years after being in a relationship, and and
you're like completely invested.
And then once I'm in, and then they're not like, oh well, fucking day, like So that's just, I think for right now, I think it's just best to be single, because
like you mentioned, like
that's my message.
No,
it's good.
If you're listening,
you shouldn't be pressured.
Break up. No, I'm just kidding. But if you're happy and there's something that's just not gonna, like who they are right now, if that's them forever, and you can't live with that, then you're wasting both each other's times. Because maybe there's someone better for that person that loves everything you like hate about them. Or like that goofiness or whatever, or that thing that they're super passionate about. Maybe or that personality trait. Maybe that there's someone dying for that. And you're just here because you just want to fill a spot.
That's true.
No, that's strong. That's powerful. But you're right.
I'm sad. That's the main point. I'm sad. No, I'm just kidding. No, it's
that's good.
Yeah.
I never thought of it that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
That's the thing. Like I see in like you know, the horrible part about the single life. There's motherfuckers out there putting up that front. That I'm ready to settle down. They just want to fuck. You know, they just want to hook up with, and there's people that are desperate for like, oh, I'm ready to move. Like, you know, find someone, and that's the dark side of single life. Is there's like predator kind of people out there ready to, you know, find those like sometimes the decisions you make when you're heartbroken are the worst as far as dating. And I've felt that like you find someone that's heartbroken, or you yourself are heartbroken, and you kind of get used by someone, and that's like, you know, that's the worst.
Yeah, it is
worst.
Yeah.
Or you're with someone like hooking up as a single person, and you are like in love with them, and they're just there to hook up. Yeah. And then you're kind of like,
you catch feelings.
You catch feelings.
Like, oh, but it's not that serious.
It's not that serious. And then they are
500 days of summer.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
We're gonna review that on here. But
nice.
It's one of those movies where I'm like, we kind of go back and forth.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, nah, you're wrong because of this. You know.
Yeah.
It's like,
wait, 500 days of. Oh no, I'm thinking of someone else. I'm thinking of the vampire movie. That's a
different movie, bro.
30 days of
300 days of
30 days of night.
30 days of night.
I was like, yeah, why are you bringing up vampire movie right now?
It's with
what does this have to do with this?
He's like, yeah.
You're right.
Yeah. Like a vampire, you suck the life out of me. Yeah. I'm on board, guys. Yeah. There you go.
But yeah, so
E.T.
What's the guy's name?
I forgot his name.
I don't know.
He played
you should
in
watch it though. It's a good movie.
I'll watch it now.
It's a controversial movie between us.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because it's like I don't know. It's just crazy, but it's kind of the same thing. Like she wanted something like, you know, just have fun. Let's, you know, I don't want something serious.
Oh, isn't that Michael Cera?
No, bro. It's
the guy from Superbad.
No.
Oh.
It's I forgot the dude's name. He used to play. He used to be a kid. 30 Rock from the Sun or 30.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Joseph Lovitz. Not Lovitz. Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Yeah.
Levitt, something
with
like that.
Zoe Deschanel. Or something like that.
Zoe Deschanel. Yeah.
Deschanel. Yeah. That movie.
I haven't seen it.
Oh, bro.
But I know what you're talking about.
Played the exact same thing because she wanted to just like, you know, play it around. Yeah. She made it like pretty obvious to him. Like
she told him up.
I just want to have fun. But then
that's the problem, man.
But her behavior said something else.
Yeah.
And that's the thing too, when like this is a thing like dudes do that's a fucking problem, where like a girl just wants to be friends. And like, I just want to be your friend. Okay. And they think because they're gonna be their friend, maybe there's one day she's gonna want to have sex, and that's why they're friends. Yeah. And then you're kind of like, they complain like I complained about friend zone at one point, but that's like, it's a thing that like was popular a couple of years ago. The friend zone, there was like memes about it. Yeah. But like, if you really think about it, you're being a fake friend. Yeah. And that's the thing too. I think about when I have women friends.
Because you have ulterior motives.
You have ulterior motives. You're not being you're not being a real friend if that's what you have in mind, you know. Yeah. And you're like, you're a predator. Yeah. Waiting around for a weak moment. Desperate.
Yeah, and that's how I saw that movie. Yeah. Like she was a fake friend, you know.
She or he?
She. Oh. She was.
And I was like, but she told him straight up.
But if she told him straight up.
But then he also expressed like, you know, I want something more. Like you can say something.
And that's the worst thing. When she shows up at his apartment and then they have sex.
That's the worst thing you do. Is like, okay, I just want to be friend. I just want to be. I don't like. I want to have casual thing, but you can't date anyone. I kind of was in that at one point. Oh, okay. Where like, this is a casual thing, cool. And like, okay,
was that her choice or your choice?
Her. Like, I don't want to date. Okay, cool. We're just gonna, you know. And then but it's like, oh,
that's not fair.
But you're having a date tonight? And I was like, yeah, I met someone. We're just gonna, you know. Oh, you're gonna hang out with another girl? Yeah. Thought that's what she said.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not gonna date. I mean, we're not doing anything. We're just gonna go out and, you know. Oh, I thought like, and that's when that's the fucked up part of single life, man. Yeah. We get so like annoying. Yeah.
That's mind.
It's a mind fucking.
Yeah.
It's it's like possessiveness without being possessive or without,
You're constantly needing to adapt.
Yeah.
You know, to like the different demands
people
and
shit.
People. Demands.
And I think the best thing, like just learn how to be a friend, not just with, women, like in general.
Yeah.
Cause as guys, like how you and I will be, like, that's the thing about dudes, man. You and I could be friends. I don't know how you treat your wife. And like, it could be fucked up.
Yeah.
But the way you treat me is like, Jesus.
Yeah.
Like, he's the best dude I've ever met.
Yeah. But to you, like, you got bruises in your back and shit. Right. And like, wow, really? Like, that's why, like, we don't know that shit.
Yeah. Kind of like, I went through that, and it was a mutual friend, but it's like, like you don't know shit like that. You don't see things like that. Yeah.
And that's the thing, like, I also look at that now with my friends, like my inner circle, like who I consider friends. Like I used to kind of like, it's not that I didn't like say anything about it, but like if I have a friend, like if you and I, we've been friends for years. If I found out you were secretly cheating on her, I wouldn't probably be your friend anymore.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like,
it's like you're not really trustworthy.
Yeah, there's this mobster guy. He's an ex-mobster guy, Sammy the Bull Gravano. He came out of prison and he started a podcast. Yeah. It's like my favorite podcast ever, bro.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's who he is.
Yeah, I know who he is.
Yeah, he like brought down the mafia by testifying against them, and like now he's been free for like 2 years and he started a podcast.
Holy shit!
And he tells some of the stories because he has immunity. So he talks about how he murdered people. He talks about like a bunch of other mafia stories and stuff. And one of the stories that he said, it was about his mentor in the mob. And I don't know if you know who like Carlo Gambino is. It's one of the most powerful mafia bosses of all time. I said bosses of all time. His mentor was like a mobster and like a young mobster at the time, and he had a wife. And he would go into this restaurant every like other day with his wife, and he would also go in with his mistress. And like people saw him, but they never said anything.
Like different times.
Yeah. But they would never say anything to the wife because,
who he
was. They were afraid of him.
Yeah.
One day the boss was there eating dinner with his bodyguards and stuff. And he saw him come in with his mistress, the mentor guy. And he called him over. And then he went to go sit down at the table with the boss. And he's like, oh, that's your, because he knew the boss knew his wife. That's your girlfriend? He's like, yeah. He's like, oh, okay. And then he's like, well, it's your, I hear you come in here with your wife and with your mistress. Like, yeah, but don't worry, they're not gonna say anything. I know, they're not gonna say anything. But it's like, do you love your wife? He's like, yeah. Like, do you love me? And he was like, oh shit, yeah. I hope you don't love me like you love your wife. And then he, it was kind of like a loyalty check because it's like, you're supposed to be loyal to me and you're loyal. This is supposed to be the person you love more than anyone in the world. Yeah. And you're treating her like that.
That's deep.
And he kind of like, it was and he was like, then he sent him back to go sit down. And it was like,
yeah, that's a check, bro. Like, I'm checking you.
Yeah.
That's a big check. Yeah.
And that's when I kind of, like I like, it's crazy because I had felt weird about a friend who told me like, hey, invite me out when you go out dancing. I used to, before pandemic, I was going out to dance and shit. And I was like, yeah, okay. Like, is there girls? Like, yeah, but you're married. Not him, okay? He's another friend.
You're pointing at me, man.
And it was like, yeah, but like, yeah, it's weird. But then I thought about that. Like, yeah, like if you're willing to cheat on your partner, what are you willing to do to me? And that kind of
how are you
like,
gonna backstab me?
Exactly. So like, especially if you have a family with that person, like, and I don't, I don't know how it would feel. I mean, it's I think about it. Like if I found you were, I can't be your friend. Like,
no, and I feel the same.
I would probably tell you or somehow, or I'm not saying, I don't know. It would be heartbroken, but like that's fucked up. Like, you know, And I think about that now, like I can't consider you a friend if you're willing to do something like that to someone you love.
And it's your values.
And fuck the guy code shit. Like, nah, that's a loyalty shit. Yeah. You know, who are you loyal to? And this one dude said, because I was talking about this with some dudes, like, yeah, but it's different how you feel about your partners and as your boys. Like, maybe for you.
Yeah.
If that's I was like, that's a big thing for me now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No, I agree, because even like my inner circle, I mean, it's small, bro, for the same reason.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like I trust a certain amount of people, certain amount of group, where I know, I feel it might be like they're good at hiding, but I feel like I know everybody, like, you know, they're transparent. And that's how I am too. Like if I were to find out, like, you know, like, oh shit, oh, he's over here doing this shit.
It's devastating.
Yeah. And it's like, it's the sense of values, you know. It's like I don't want to be associated with that.
It's like finding out there's no Santa Claus.
I know, we got to break it to it, and he still believes in that.
Dang. That's why he's stressed out. He has that stressed. I told him when he came in, he had his glasses low and his hair was off. He looks like a stressed out tax attorney or something.
When he came
that's what you said. I heard that.
Yeah. And when he came out inside, he was like, "Hey, how's the tax season going?" or something. Like he went like this.
He went like this.
But yeah, so it's like, you know, I understand that.
Yeah.
I feel the exact same way, bro. Because like, you know, you don't want to be, I mean, not to be fucked up or say fucked up. You don't want to be associated with that type of people, but you know, it's more of like, you know, I don't want to take a part in any.
Yeah, I don't want to have that around me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to, like, you know, if I consider this the godfather to my kids, like, I don't know if I could live with that, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that's kind of what I've been, all that shit's adding more to, like, sometimes my reasons not to date anyone or my reasons not to just how you are as a friend with people, you know?
Like your values.
My values, yeah. It gets like, it makes it heavier.
Mm-hmm.
Like, ooh. And I'm not saying I have high whatever expectations. I'm just saying it's just, you know, just right now it's just how it is, you know. Maybe later on, you know, who knows? I might have no self-respect or, you know, but I don't want to, I don't want to be that, you know? Yeah.
No, I get it. Cool.
Can we start over? I don't like how this one went.
All right, let's do it again, bro. Another 2 hours. Just kick it, bro. That's how you do it.
Can we start over? I don't like this. No, I'm just kidding.
No, I think, yeah, bro, you brought some stuff that is like, you know, well, kind of mind blown.
Yeah, you can't break up.
No, we won't.
It still stands.
No, we won't. Yeah. We'll do it for you, man.
Yeah. Come on, bring it in. There you go.
Bring it in. No, but yeah, I actually.
Is this on film? Oh,
yeah,
shit.
It is, bro. Hopefully it didn't die on us, but yeah, this should be on film.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Yeah. So, no, I mean, a lot of things that you said, bro, I appreciate it.
This is all fake. I read this off of a script. This is not my thoughts.
Plot twist. No, but yeah, thank you for sharing, bro. I think it's valuable.
Thank you guys for having me.
No, I think I want to say thank you again because I owe you one more now.
Out of here.
No, but in reality, bro, like, you know, since I think over the last few years, I feel like, you know, we lost some good friends.
We did?
Yeah. Oh. We've lost, you know, life.
Oh, like dead or?
Yeah, bro.
Oh, okay,
yeah, no, and
I thought you meant like, okay, I wanted to clarify it.
No, yeah. You know, and I think one of them like really like fucked me up. And I think like I've been trying a little harder to like, you know, stay more in contact with friends because like life is short. And then sometimes like with the last one that like really fucked me up is like I could have been a better friend, like to a certain extent, like, you know, I was getting messages like, oh, I'm too busy, like make some time, you know? And I think sometimes with life, jobs, bro, and, you know, little things, like it's hard.
Yeah.
And I want to say thank you to you because like even though we don't hang out as much,
whose fault is that?
Mine.
I'm just kidding.
But you know, we hang out once.
You guys.
Be a better friend.
Yeah. You guys are like, I consider you two, not just you both, like some of my good friends, because like I don't really come out to people's houses as much. Not because I'm busy. It's just like some of my old friends. Like we said lost, that's why I was like lost, because I've lost some of my old friends, not because of death, because of we fall out because of values.
Yeah.
You know, like what I just mentioned. That's a big thing.
Yeah.
Like one friend flirting with girlfriends, that's like I can't. If you're gonna do that to me, like what? Like, you know?
Yeah.
That was one example of one of the friendships that kind of died like from years. Like dang. Like I didn't know that was your style, dude.
Yeah.
That's horrible.
Yeah. And kind of saying like, you know, I appreciate sometimes when a friend knows like, okay, it's not that I don't want to hang out with you. It's just, you know, they're busy. You know, things happen.
And you guys have kids.
Yeah.
You know?
So it's like, you know, sometimes, you know, when we were younger, we got lost in touch with a lot of people because, you know, we were young, we were parents.
Yeah.
we were focused on just Aiden, and we lost kind of track.
Just Aiden, not the other kids.
No,
just Aiden.
Just Aiden. That was the start, right? So kind of drift off because you're on your busy life, and then you kind of see who are those that like okay, I know
sticks around.
Yeah, and you can pick up where you left off.
Yeah,
that's how I like some of my closest friends. That's how it is.
Yeah,
like we were just there, like cool. Like, no, that's why I appreciate. That's why I like that you guys started the podcast. Like, oh, cool. So I'm not just crazy. All right, this is fun.
It is fun though. It's fun.
Yeah.
But no, I just want to say thank you for sticking around, bro. For sticking around.
I know. Appreciate it.
My friendship with you means a lot.
Por favor, no me hagas llorar. No, yeah, dude. The people know that you guys made me Ari's godfather. Yeah. That was like one of the first times ever being asked that. And I was like, really? Me? Yeah. Like, for real?
And we got to get in on that. But, that same thing, bro. We've been busy. But we.
Oh, no. Yeah.
Well,
I'm no longer Catholic, so.
Okay, that's fine.
You still eligible?
Usually doesn't matter, right?
Okay, no, fuck with
as long as you're there, you should be fine.
I'm just kidding. Yeah, no.
But just want to say that, bro, because I know, like you said, it's easier here.
No more compliments, please.
That's it, bro. That's the last one. For you.
I love you guys both, and like I said, if you ever break up, I won't be able to continue on with life.
Don't worry about that. Yeah. We're good.
Don't be cheating, all right?
We solid, bro.
Fucking pórtense bien.
Gracias. Yo siempre. Así me dice mi mamá. No, but thank you for coming in, bro.
Thank you, man.
Thank you for doing this.
So who do I pay?
You can do Venmo.
Okay.
No, but I think we've been doing this for 3 hours.
3 hours?
It's been almost 2 hours right now.
Oh,
plus
shit.
the 45 minutes that we did.
The other shit, man.
Yeah.
Can we start over though, bro?
All right. Thank you guys.
All right, man.
See you in the next one.
Thank you.